Okay, welcome everybody to our first, yes, skills call of November. Super excited to be with you guys. And I'm just pumped because we have the privilege of hearing from, just fixing something here, one of my favorite women in Arbonne. And honestly, you guys, Arbonne doesn't put her in front of people enough. Like anytime you hear from Laura Harry, like your whole soul is filled up. And I don't know if you were here. I'm pretty sure it was the first DM retreat after I promoted to Nation. But if you were at the DM retreat in Hartville, Ohio, where she came and she poured into us for like 3 days, comment some love in the chat. But she's just absolutely incredible. Mama of two has been, and I'm sure you'll share your story, but I think her boys, how old were they when you started?
They were 2 and 4, and they're 24 and 26.
I was gonna say they're not boys, they're men. And the last picture I saw, I was like, oh my gosh. So I knew they were little when you started. But she is celebrating 21 years with Arbonne. And so when I started, like I kind of grew up in Arbonne watching this woman. And so I'm so excited that you guys get to hear from her. She just came off of an incredible weekend retreat with our mama, Tori Brandt. And Tori's actually doing her call right now. And if you see that Laura's screen name is actually Peyton Mott, she's having a sleepover at Peyton's house for her birthday. And so it's just kind of a big old Arbonne love fest right now. But we're super thankful for your time and for pouring into these women. And I'm excited to hear what you have for us tonight. So take it away.
Oh my gosh. Well, first I want to say it is such an honor. I love this leadership team, like seriously love them. That retreat that I went to in Ohio, those ladies have no idea, but they poured into me and loved me so much that I left there with such a vision. And I can look back in my business and the times that my business went like triple to the next level was after I left a group of strong, committed women with a vision. And so I know because I just had the opportunity of spending time with Tori, sharing a bed with her. We had so many laughs, so much fun. I seriously love her like a sister. I was like, I'm inviting myself to Puerto Rico. And then she told me that you guys have the opportunity of a lifetime, that your team retreat is going to be in Puerto Rico. So I don't even know if the deadline has happened yet or not, but I am telling you, life will happen. The biggest gift is this gift of Arbonne, the community, just the mentorship, the love, the spirituality. Like when you get off this call, I do not want you to think lack. I want you to think possibility. I want you to think vision. I want you to send in your registration and go, because you never know what God has in store for you. But if you stay home, you cannot get the gifts, right? And so you might be thinking, well, I don't think I have it right now. The holidays are coming. No, you just don't know, because tomorrow you could sponsor yourself a Debbie Neal. So do not think lack. Like if I wouldn't have gone to that retreat last year, and for those of you that didn't really get to like hear in the beginning, but last year was probably the most challenging years of my life. My mother-in-law has been in my business 20 of the 21 years of my business, and she's been a district in and out, but she was my staple. She was my ride or die. She helped me with all the presentations. We sponsored people together. We laughed together. We cried together. I came home in March from spending time with my son, my husband and I. We had the most amazing weekend. And that Monday I was doing my team call. In the middle of it, my husband come running upstairs, and like my family knows that like I get to do Arbonne on Monday nights. It's not that I have to. They don't bother me. Whatever their issue, their challenge is, they're like, Mom gives so much to us all week that they want me to get on my calls. They know that like it makes me a better mom, a better wife, a better daughter, just like a better community person. And so when my husband came running in and saying, I've got to go to my mom's, there's something wrong, my team knew that there was something wrong. And my leaders just picked right up and we went off. And that day we spent like 6 hours in the emergency room, and we left there, and at 4 a.m. and they told us my mother-in-law had terminal cancer and she had 90 days to live. And I looked at my husband and I said, this is what we built our business for. And because I built my business, because I didn't use my kids as an excuse, because I didn't think lack, because I didn't make decisions based on what my bank account looked today, that I always evaluated my why and my reasons in this community, that we were able to bring her home and literally love on her, like do everything that she possibly wanted up until her last days. I was getting her nails done, her people coming in, giving her facials, and I have no regrets. So I don't know what your challenges are going to be, but do not use the small little reasons why not, because raising two kids from 2 and 4 to 24 and 26, did I have lots of challenges? Yes. But I never missed my Arbonne family. I never missed an opportunity. Rita always told us that, on the forehead, it says, make me feel special. So like even today, when we went to all those shops, we made every single one of those ladies, because that's what comes from our heart, feel special. And I hope to goodness that like all of those ladies join our Peyton's business in some way, shape, or form, because that is the greatest gift. Because when you build this business, you have choices when you don't use your business as the reason why not, and you use it as the reason that is. So promise me that you're going to get your registration in and you're going to go to Puerto Rico. I would be dying if I could go there and spend time with all of you. So it's the month of November. I know you all know this. November and December in the retail space are the biggest months. So are you ready? Do you have your calendar packed? Do you have a list of people that you want to serve and love and gift? Have you ordered your salted caramel? It is amazing. And as an MVP, we got to get it early. Have you gotten your tart cherry? Like I had to order 5 because last time we had it, my husband and my son were like, well, what happened? What is wrong with Arbonne? Why don't we have that? So when it came, I was like, oh my gosh, like beautiful for the holidays, right? So that's your other thing that you want to do. If you haven't ordered it, order it, because there's more coming. Arbonne's going to have Cyber Monday, Black Friday, but right now you have the opportunity to reach out and ask people, what's happening in your life? What can I do for you? How can I serve you? So November is the month of thankfulness, right? So I want you to ask yourself every morning, are you getting up and are you spending at least 5 minutes of what are you thankful for, right? What are you thankful for? Because what you're thankful for will grow when you give it time and space. So I want to start off with, we're going to do, I like acronyms. So this month is the month of November. Okay. So we're going to start with N, and N is nothing is impossible. And now is your time. Nothing is impossible. So I don't want you to think about what your web stats looks like right now, what your, whatever. I want you to think about, where are you going? Who can you serve? Who needs this community, the products, the opportunity, the love? Who needs that? And I want you to do 1 to 5 asks a day. Ask them, can I help you Christmas shop? Can I help you holiday shop? Can I help you change your life by taking a look at this opportunity? Who do you know that I should know, right? So I want you to think about that word. In the word impossible is possible. I want you to take the I am possible, and I want you to take the month of the biggest month of gratitude and use it to serve in a big, big way. And I want you to know that now is your time, right? We know that there's a lot coming in 2025, right? There's lots of reasons why not. Maybe you could say, well, all the makeup's gone or whatever. Well, guess what? I've already started saying to my clients, you want to start getting healthier now, because we're having in February or March, we are relaunching our entire line. Get your skin in the best shape, get your gut healthy, get your habits in place, right? So you want to start dripping on them, but seeing how you can serve them right now in today's capacity. Because today everybody needs a little extra, right? Because whatever it took for you to run your household last year is not the same as this year. Do you know any other companies that are giving you a pay raise every single Tuesday? I don't. So take advantage of the benefits of Arbonne, right? Get your bonuses, do the things that are going to increase your income, and stop looking at what isn't happening and start look at what is possible. The next thing is O. Obstacles in our business are called opportunities, opportunities for growth. I want you to dig deep. I want you to let all your excuses out the door. I want you to find an accountability partner who really wants you to win. And I want you to set some big, scary, Laura Harry goals. Because if you don't go big, you're going to be regretting what your life looks like next year, and you'll be like, if I only just took the risk and the chance. So what? All they're going to say is, you know what? You're sweet and that's great, but it's not for me. And you say, okay, well, it's not for you now, but it might be. Because I can tell you, next February will be my 22nd year. And a lot of people who said no, thank you, have now said, man, did I make the mistake of not joining you 2 years ago? And I said, it's not too late. You can start today to change your future. Okay. Value yourself, protect your vision and your business. Know why you said yes. And if you've already checked off all the yeses, then find some new ones. Dig deep for what is possible. You know, I find a lot of time in Arbonne that women are so forgiving to everyone else, but not to yourself. You deserve, because consultants, district areas, and regions do the same work that nations do. And if nothing else, at least get yourself to area. Why? Do you know any other business opportunity that you can will to your family? So while you're out making exchanges, okay, and the exchanges we make in Arbonne are short. We are not asking you to go out and do surgery for 9 hours. We're asking you to get in your car and do a presentation or a virtual Zoom or a business ask, right? We get the pleasure of being able to do our business with whoever we want, whenever we want. But sometimes we decide that that's too hard. That is not hard. Hard is going to work every day for someone else on their time, their values, their goals. But with this opportunity, you have whatever you want it to be, and you can will it to your family. So get at least to that level. And you know what? That's a huge level in our business. Don't second it. But districts and consultants do the same thing as areas. Get that extra benefit. And then if you can do that, get the car bonus. Take the money that you would put into the car, pay off your credit cards, give it to your kids, put it in your 401k, donate it to another country, right? And then if you can get that far, then you deserve to go to Maui and you deserve to have extra money. Don't think small, because we're all doing the same thing. You're just letting yourself off the hook, and we've decided that we're not letting ourselves off the hook. And guess what? Your business is always going to look the same. In 21 years, my business has rocketed up and then come down and then gone across and rocketed up and come down. But you know what? Every time it does, I learn. I stay at the same kind of budget. And then instead of spending a little bit more, if I make more, I put it away, because there's going to be seasons. But I never want to be able to say, I can't gift my team, or I can't send thank you notes to my customers, or I can't go to a retreat in Puerto Rico. I don't have an upline doing a retreat in Puerto Rico. You guys have the most amazing giving leadership team. There's no reason. Every single one of you should be there. So decide today that you deserve it and go and get poured into. Okay, E, embrace the change. There's going to be change in your business, right? Embrace the opportunities. Everything is on the other side of fear, and fear isn't really real. It's false evidence appearing real. It's just you in your head thinking about it. Do the Mel Robbins method, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick up the phone, call them, put the products in your car, go give them to them, right? Because it's really just a numbers game, but you don't know whose life you are going to bless by you getting out of your own way and serving someone else in a very big way. M, manage your mind. The only way you can manage your mind is be on these calls, right? Read the books, work on your belief in our industry, go to the events, listen to the podcasts, right? You know, you've made this decision to build this business. You have a reason, and you want to plug into that, right? So you want to unplug for people that are going to tell you no and aren't going to support you. You're going to use that as your reason why. You're going to put their names in a jar. And when you have that Ben's Bash, you're going to be the first one to invite them. It's your front row, right? But you said yes to this. You want something. You have a vision. God put it in your heart. So every day, get up and spend at least 10 minutes journaling about where you're going. Listen to a podcast that's telling you our industry is amazing. And so what that other companies are going out of business? They didn't have the vision that our company has. They don't have the backing by $1 billion family owned company. We are going nowhere. We are only going somewhere. So if you gotta, it's like going to school. You decide you want to be a nurse, right? Well, then you go and you do whatever they tell you. You go to schools long, you do the internships, you stay up late at night, you help all the people. But yet when it comes to Arbonne, I say to people, what'd you do to build your belief today? Nothing. What book did you read? I haven't read any books. What podcast did you listen to? Oh, did you plug in? No, my kid's toenail broke, so I couldn't plug into the call. I'm like, what? Okay, you got to have value for your time and yourself. Okay, make time for what you value and your why. B, belief is built every day in small increments. Do the daily asks. Be bold with yourself and others, right? Take courageous action. It's not built overnight, it's built small increments. And what you don't do will add up. But guess what? What you do will also add up. And before you know it, a year from now, you'll be like, wow, my business is in such a different place. But you're not going to all of a sudden just feel like you're the $1 million girl. It's going to take time, right? And so be in it to win it. Be okay to do it for a while. Put those sticky notes up. I remember years ago, once again, I went to a retreat. Deanna Heron invited me to one of her retreats, and I'll never forget it. She said, once you see that number, you never want to see that number again, whether it's 1 penny more, whether it's one more follow-up, one more thank you note, one more reaching out to your team and asking how you can serve them, one more party, whatever it is. It's that one more multiplied will grow your business exponentially. Okay. E, everyone has make me feel important on their forehead, including you. How do you make you feel important? You honor the things that you said you were going to do. You honor your why. You push through when things are still challenging. You do them anyways. But you also want to go out and make the world a better place, right? So who did you reach out today and thank them for being your customer? Who did you reach out today and say, who do you know in your life that's struggling that could use this business opportunity or these products? It's the month of Thanksgiving. And in thanking you, I want to thank 5 of your friends and family. Okay. Who did you reach out today? Maybe it was a sign line and say, I want to thank you. You don't know this, but 10 years ago, you helped me. And because of you, I'm still here. Did you thank your neighbors? Have you thanked your husband and your kids? But I thank my husband all the time because he's like, go to Texas, have the best time, pour into yourself because he knows that when I come home, I will be better for him, my boys, my parents, and that coming and going, I will change someone else's life. I can't tell you how many people I have sponsored on the airplane because I go and I listen. How can I serve? I talk to the waitress. I talk to the Uber driver. I talk to the taxi driver because everybody wants to feel special. Get out of your own head, your own worries, and know that somebody else's worries and challenges are bigger than yours. Okay? R. Okay? Remember your why. You said yes to this business because you chose for something different. And it will change, but it won't change unless you change and you pivot. And there's going to be seasons. Like when I started, it was my kids. My kids are now 24 and 26. And yes, I still want to build it for my kids, but in a different reason, a different why. Now I remember what it was like to take my family and my boys on my very first Atlantis trip and open up that door and see, like, I had never stayed in a place like that. I had never been where everything was included. And my husband went down the slides and talked to all these other men who was like, you want to support your wife. This is life-changing. That had never happened in corporate America for me. And my boys came home from that trip, and every time the trip was announced, which is going to be in December, they would be standing at my office door and they'd say, Mom, where are we going this year? It wasn't an option whether I would or wouldn't earn the trip, whether life was going to happen, challenge was going to happen, people were going to cancel, parties were going to cancel, business owners are going to quit, people are going to get sick. Yes, that is life. We are doing this business in life, but we get to. So now I want to go back and take my team and watch their children grow through this business and see how it changed. You know, people say to me all the time, Laura, your kids are amazing. They're just so confident and they like look at you, they can have an adult conversation. And I said, yes, because I always engage them in my business. I always set goals. When I hit my goal, we went out and did something. When I didn't hit my goal, I told them, Mommy's not perfect. She didn't hit the goal this year. Or, you know what I mean? But I didn't be like, you know, and so still today, they're like, what trip are you going on? And they have friends in Arbonne because of it, but they're different, you know, and they both have their own ID. Are they building an enormous Arbonne business yet? No, but they're sharing these products with their friends and changing their lives with our nutrition products. But my sons are pursuing their passions and they're successful and they have challenges, but guess what? They know how to deal with it because I've had challenges and I didn't hide it. Going to work wasn't just mom goes to some building and they didn't know. It was in my home. When I hosted events, they were at the door hanging up the coats. They knew that they went to their private schools. They drive their big Ford trucks. They went to out-of-state tuition because of Arbonne. So how do you give back to the people that gave to you? You give back by showing up and allowing me to show up. So bring your family in. And how they're going to appreciate you more is do what you say you're going to do. Honor yourself and your commitments. And your why is going to change, but it's okay. Take that time every day to self-reflect, to know who you're serving. Okay? And I promise you, your business will change. Maybe not as fast as you want, right? Because right now things aren't happening as fast. But don't take yourself out. This is an incredible opportunity. And truly, we're just getting started again. Groupe Rocher is in it to win it. Do not let the negativity of the other companies that didn't start with the same vision or whatever or whoever. Make sure you know who you are surrounding yourself with. Sometimes you have to unfriend people. Sometimes you have to tell family thank you, but no thank you. Sometimes you have to just become less friends with some of your sidelines. And you have to pick new people who have a bigger vision, who are going to help you to go to the next level. Because not everybody, you know, I'll end it with this, and I remember this. And all these things that I've ever learned were because I plugged into things. I plugged into the trainings. I went to GTC. I went to events. I used to bake sidelines. I'd be like, can I come to your thing? I'll pay for my stuff. Because they say, you know, if you're a student of this industry, you should go to something 4 times a year. Okay, well, one was my retreat and the other was GTC. So I had to become friends with other people that would let me either come speak at their event or let me sit in the back seat. Because you got it. This business is challenging, right? We are out on the skinny branch every day. We put ourselves out on the skinny branch. Our industry is misunderstood. A lot of times our family thinks that it's not that great. Other companies go out of business. Everybody has an opinion about it. All that matters is your why and your love and your desire to serve. So Carol Wall said that. She said, you know, the sun is going to shine on a new doggies behind every year. So one time my team was like, yay, I was feeling great. And then somebody else was feeling great, you know, but instead of being jealous of that person, I was like, well, I'm really glad because they bring the energy and then then they don't, and then the next group brings the energy. But if you unplug, you don't get the energy. Before you know it, you're like, what happened to me? You're in the closet. So this is the month of gratitude. Get out your gratitude journal, order those products, sign up for the February retreat, and decide that this is your time. It is the month of giving, and you are going to give yourself the most self-love, the best gift, restarting, reevaluating, and going all in.
I just love you.
I love
I
you.
just love you so much. And you guys, this, you can tell right now, this is why having her for a weekend um was like the best thing on the planet, because we got like 72 hours of this and I could literally just sit at her feet all day long. I'm sure Tori has said this, but on behalf of the Boom Squad, you are officially invited to Puerto Rico. Tell your husband it's your first quarter event of, actually you have Maui, so it's your, we'll have two events in first quarter. It's fine.
Great.
But we want you there. And I just, this, you guys, this training, seriously, like I took so many notes. But what I love about it, Laura, is that you didn't tell us like this is what's working for me or this is what this person's doing. Like you just put the ownership back in our lap. And I think we have been in a season of like chasing the shiny pennies and like what are they doing and what's happening at that company. And just like you said, like there's been distractions, there's been so many things, but you guys, she literally laid out for us that we have everything that it takes to build this business, but it starts with taking personal ownership. It starts with being accountable to our word, and it starts with just showing up. And I want to mention what you said about the accountability groups. Yes, sometimes I think in this business, in this industry, because we are all just best friends and girls, and I know there's some guys on teams, but sometimes we feel really bad if like relationships, like we got to keep the relationships. But if you're in an accountability group right now that's not actually keeping you accountable to growth, find a new accountability group. That's my dog barking, sorry. Find a new accountability group. It's okay to outgrow people at times and to find people that are actually gonna like hold your foot to the fire. So I'm so excited. Like she said, we're not going anywhere. We're only going somewhere. I am so excited about what is happening in our company. And I know that in order to go where I want to go, and I have huge vision for the next year and several years to come, I'm going to have to get to work and I'm going to have to get on that skinny branch. I do want to ask you, I know you got to go because you're having a party in the other room. For
No,
people,
I have to go because Peyton's doing her call in like
oh,
2 seconds.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
on
Oh,
this
okay. You're
Zoom.
on her Zoom. Okay. So I'm not going to
Okay.
ask you. We love you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
I
you. Thank
love
you.
you all. Thank you.
Tell Peyton hi.
I
Bye-bye.
will. All right. Bye.
All right, guys, have a great night. Thanks for jumping on, and I'll get the recording posted.